Okay, Elaine, so I have logged into your account, and this is the main screen that you see when you log into your dashboard. So as you know, you're going to click on the Edit Your Dive On In website. So I'm just going to click on that real quick. And now I can edit the different pages of your website. The page that we want to edit this time is the services. So I'm just going to mouse over where services is highlighted and click on it. And as you can see, it changes it to the services page. And again, as I mouse over, you see how if I hover over this bar, there's this box around it. That's because this bar is considered a page element. If I mouse over services, this box surrounds it because that's a text element. This is a graphic element over here. As you can see, it shows a box around the picture when I mouse over it. When I mouse over here, as you can see, this is all a text element over here. So now what you want to do is you want to add a text element right underneath services. So I'm going to go over here and click on text, and I'm just going to left click with my mouse, hold the mouse button down and drag it to where I want it to be. So I'm going to left click, drag it, and I'm going to put it right underneath services. Now see how it shows a blue bar going all the way across underneath services. That's telling me it's going to go, let me mouse over it again. See how the box runs across the page. Now, what I think you had done is if you notice right here, I have this page, let me mouse over the element. I have it as a column, so there's a left side and a right side. So I think what you had accidentally done when you tried to do this is when you clicked on the text element and you brought it over to this side, you accidentally, see right there, you had put the element box on the left-hand side of this columned section. And I believe you wanted it centered under the services. So I'm just going to click with my left mouse button, drag it back up under services. See how it highlights across the page? And now I know it's going to be centered, or not centered, but it will be underneath services, and it'll go all the way across instead of in the columns. So I'm going to click on here to add my text, and you wanted it to say commercial, whoops, and residential. Okay, and as you can see, while I'm working in this text box, it gives me these text editor functions. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to increase the size, because as you can see, this text font on this page I have a little bit larger than what it defaults to, so I'm going to just hit the plus sign so it's pretty much the same size. And then I want to align it into the center of the page. So if you go over here and you mouse down, you can see align left, center, align right. Okay, so I'm just going to align center, and if I click off to the side somewhere, you can see, I believe this is the kind of look that you were going for. But again, if you ever wanted to move it, you click it, drag it, you put it where you want it to go. Click it, drag it, you can put it under the picture. You can just kind of drag it all over the place. This puts it in the right column, right side, you know, that puts it down at the bottom. But I am going to put it up here, right under services for you. So I believe that was the first thing that you had a question on. And then on the side list, you wanted to add something. So I'm just going to go over here, and as you can see, it shows me this text element right here, and I'm just going to click with my mouse. So see, I have a blinking cursor right after the last element. Or if I wanted to add it somewhere in the middle, I would just click, you know, if I wanted to add it between the pool services and pavers, I would click here and then I would hit enter. But I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go ahead and add it to the bottom. So I'm just going to hit my enter button, and then I'm going to type we sell above ground pools. Okay, now again, as you can see, the font is a little bit smaller than the rest of the font on the page, so I'm just going to highlight this. I'm going to click on the plus sign to make it bigger. And then these all have bullets, but our new text does not. So I'm just going to go up here to this bullet icon, click on that. Oops, as you can see, it didn't do what I wanted to. It indented it. So you know what, I'm just going to put my click right before the we. I'm going to hit the backspace, and then I'm going to hit enter again. And let's go like this. Okay, so I just highlighted everything and hit the bullet button, and then it went ahead and added bullets to the whole list. So as long as you're within a text element, if you click anywhere, you should have these options, and you can just kind of play with it a little bit. But that's how you do a bullet. That's how you add to a text box, and this is how you add a new text box. And this is, like I said, you click here and you'll see the cursor turns into 4 arrows, and then you can drag an element anywhere on the page. If you wanted to do the same thing, you can click and drag and move your pictures around the page too. So that's pretty simple. And then the last thing that you had asked about was before and after pictures. The best way I think that you could do this, if I'm understanding what you're looking for, and I'll go to our gallery page to give you an example. Okay, so on this page, I'm using what's called the slideshow element, which is over here. And just like if you wanted to add text to the page, you would click and drag your text element box. If you want to add a slideshow, you just click with your left mouse button, drag it to where you want, and you release. And then you just pick the kind of slideshow that you want. The one I currently have on the page over here shows the picture, but it doesn't show the thumbnail. But you would select what slideshow that you would want and just click continue. Then you would just upload photos from your computer that you want to use. I'm going to close out of this. Okay, and I'm just going to use this as an example. We already have pictures up here in your gallery. So if I want to say before and after, for instance, let's edit this. So I'm going to double click on this element. So it's highlighted and I double clicked and it opens this up where you can edit your slideshow. So I am going to say add edit photos, and I want to edit them. So here I see a before shot of a picture or of a pool, and here I see an after shot. So let's say I want to add a caption to this. See right here, it has a little bubble, almost like a, when the cartoons they're talking. If you click on this, it says enter a caption. So let's type in before. And it says that your caption will appear under the image, which is great. So let's click save. And then let's go up here and click on the little bubble again, and then enter caption after, and click save. Now let's save our changes. Okay, so did you see what happened? It said before and after. Let me see if I can get it to go back here. Okay, so before, and then when it moves on to the next picture, it'll say after. So I think that's probably the best way to do that, is to add a caption to your slideshow. And again, you do that by getting your mouse over the image, and see how it has this box letting me know that the slideshow element is selected, and I'm going to double click, and then I'm going to edit my photos, and then again just click on the captions, and then you can put comments on your photos such as before and after. So that should be it, but let me know if you have any questions at all. I'm always here to help. Talk to you later. Love you, honey. Bye-bye.